Chad Mendes in a battle between the sport's strongest featherweights. Devastating kickboxer Edson Barboza enters the octagon against Ultimate Fighter winner Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. Plus, Team McGregor and Team Faber finalists face off to determine the next Ultimate Fighter.
Here we go, baby. Wow. Big right hand.
Time!
UFC fans, we welcome you to the MGM Grand Garden Arena for the official weigh-ins for the Ultimate Fighter finale. Team McGregor versus Team Faber. Tomorrow night, live on FS1, top featherweights collide as third-ranked contender Chad Money Mendes enters the octagon for his fourth straight 5-round fight as he battles another champ. Former UFC lightweight champion, Frankie the Answer Edgar. The number 2 contender at 145. Edgar knows with a win, he puts himself in a prime position for another chance to become just the third man in UFC history to hold a belt in 2 different weight classes. Plus, Ultimate Fighter Season 13 winner as a member of Team Lesnar, Tony Ferguson, looks to extend his UFC winning streak to 6 and move to 9-0 inside the octagon when he faces brilliant Brazilian Edson Barboza, owner of some of the most ferocious UFC finishes. The 5-time Fight of the Night winner would love to leave the octagon with another highlight reel finish. We'd like to send out a special welcome to our UFC Fight Club members and thank our UFC sponsors. Nas, Harley Davidson, Reebok, and Bud Light. And now it's time for the official weigh-ins for the Ultimate Fighter finale, Team McGregor versus Team Faber.
What's going on, Las Vegas? Got a bunch of beauties, our leaders, our fine president. Welcome to the official weigh-in for tomorrow night. Ultimate Fighter Season 22 finale at the Chelsea at the Cosmopolitan. We got a great fight card tonight. Tomorrow, the Ultimate Fighter. Frankie and Chad will be here in a moment. And then Saturday on pay-per-view. All right, let's get it started. In the lightweight division, Fritzmacher against Abner Yovaris. Edgar. Get us started tomorrow. Next up in the Flyweight division, Josie Sanchez fights Guion Herrera. Joby Sanchez. Sanchez and Herrera. Next up in the welterweight division, Ryan LaFleur fights Mike Pierce. UFC veteran Mike Pierce. And his opponent, Ryan LaFleur. For Ryan LaFleur. Mike Pierce. Up next in the heavyweight division, Gabriel Nepal Gonzaga fights Konstantin, the Russian Bear Yerokin. First to the scale, the Russian Bear, Konstantin Yerokin. Russian Bear and his opponent, Gabriel Nepal Gonzaga. Gabriel Gonzaga. Our featured matchup on FS1 tomorrow, the preliminary heavyweight fight. Now to the main card. We start in the lightweight division. Julian Erosa fighting Machin Fulsik. First to the scale, the Polish Zombie. For the Polish Zombie. And his opponent, Julian Juicy J. Erosa. For Julian Erosa. These two men will get a start on the main card tomorrow on FS1. Next up, in the featherweight division, Tatsui Kayajiri fights Jason Knight. First to the scale, Jason the Kid Knight. $145 for Jason Knight. And his opponent, the Crusher, Tatsuya Kawajiri. $146 for Kawajiri. Featherweight matchup tomorrow on FS1. Up next, the Battle of Veterans in the lightweight division. Joe J-Lo Lozon fights Evan Dunham. First to the scale, Evan Dunham. $156 for Evan Dunham. And his opponent, the Bonus King, Joe J-Lo Lozon. time. Veterans collide. Joe Lozon and Evan Dunham. We stay in the lightweight division. Edson Barboza fights Ultimate Fighter winner Tony El Cucuy Ferguson. Tony Ferguson. And his opponent, the Brazilian, Edson Jr. Barboza. For Edson Barboza. Up next, it is the lightweight final of season 22 of The Ultimate Fighter. Artem Lobov fighting Ryan Hall. To find out who will become the next Ultimate Fighter. Ryan Hall to the scale. For Ryan Hall and his opponent Artem the Russian Hammer Lobov. For the Russian Hammer. Lightweight finals tomorrow of season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter. Now let's take a look at the two men who will compete tomorrow night in our main event of the evening.
Chad Mendes took a world championship fight on 2 weeks' notice.
There was a huge opportunity. I wasn't going to turn it down. This is MMA. Anything could have happened.
We saw him getting the best of Conor McGregor until he ran out of gas.
You know, I feel like I was completely dominated. And I feel like that just opened a lot of people's eyes. There was a ton of Irish fans. Going into that fight, they're like, oh, he's going to murder him. The first round and a half, all those guys were like, man, this is going to be a tough fight for Conor.
Chad pretty much had his way with him for the first, round and a half, I'd say. In that second round, he went for the guillotine. Conor was able to get up, and he sensed blood, and he just went in for the kill because Mendes really had nothing left. I just thought in that position, I would have been more prepared.
That fight haunts Chad, and he desperately wants another shot at both Conor McGregor and at Jose Aldo. He needs to get past Frankie Edgar to show that he's the next in line for the world title.
It's going to be bananas, this fight. A lot's on the line for both of us. He's gunning for the same thing I'm gunning for.
This is a fight that is going to put one of us right back in line for the title. That's my ultimate goal. That's my dream. You know, I've been so close multiple times, and I have to win.
This fight comes down to who wants it more than the next guy. I believe where I'm at right now in my career, I could beat anybody in the world at 145.
Frankie is ferocious. Most fighters wilt under the pressure that Frankie puts on them.
Frankie Edgar finishes!
I anticipate a war.
After this fight, there could be nothing else anybody can say that I don't deserve a title shot.
I'm looking to get in there and knock Frankie out. You know, we know he can take a punch. We've seen it with Maynard, but I know Maynard doesn't hit as hard as I do. We're going to see a great fight.
Mendes wins!
The closer I get, the more hungry I'm getting. So I'm going to make sure that I go in there and do everything I can to get my hand raised.
This is a huge fight. This is a fight that everybody's been wanting to see. This is a fight that I've wanted for a long time, and I'm so pumped for it to finally be here.
This is a collision of two of the best featherweights in the world. First to the scale, Chad Money Mendes. For the third-ranked featherweight in the world, Chad Mendes. And his opponent, the former UFC lightweight champion, the second-ranked featherweight in the world, Frankie "The Answer" Edgar. Frankie Edgar. Our main event tomorrow night. First off, Chad Money Mendes, another great matchup at 145. You've always fought the highest caliber fighters in the world. Frankie Edgar, another one of those guys.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited for this fight. You know, this is a fight that, in my opinion, is going to put the winner right back in line for that title. So it's all about getting in there and getting it done.
A lot of respect between you guys. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Chad Mendes. The former champion, Frankie Edgar. Frankie, you desperately want to get back into that prime position to become perhaps the third man to win a belt in 2 weight classes. You got to get past Chad. How do you do it?
You know, just by showing up and being myself. You know, I had a great camp. I prepared like I always do, and I'm ready to push that pace and get that win.
You love the matchup?
I love it, man. It's just going to be great for these guys, great for our team. It's going to be a good night.
Frankie "The Answer" Edgar. Tomorrow night on FS1, live from the Cosmopolitan, The Ultimate Fighter, Season 22 finale, Edgar versus Mendes. Come on, everybody.